Whoa, that's that is technology.
Okay then. I
Hmm.
guess so. At some point. OT.
I'll play it. I'll play it.
Look, there's you said there's
I have Demon's
Demon's
Souls to get
Souls.
through. That's coming up after Romancing Saga, which I am trying my damnedest to finish. It doesn't want to be
The
finished.
final boss.
The game, the five, the five or more or
Oh.
fewer final bosses.
The four asterisk abyss gates. All right. All right, we would like to play first.
All right, well, I there's no way on earth I'm going to talk you into this one, so let's
I guess
roll again.
I'm gonna look at this hand and I'm going to relay a story that I really like, where a friend of mine, Ryan, that I do a podcast with, was playing a game of Limited in Lorwyn Block, and he was playing a casual game against a friend, and he looks at his opening 7 and just says "keep" on the play, and then just says "go" with
Huh.
not having a land, and then he draws forest, plays Elvish Visionary, like runner, and then just runs from there.
Was this like a constructed elf deck?
It was a limited deck.
Oh my god.
Um, I'm a lot happier with this. Like, this could go
We can
somewhere.
play a 2-2.
This could
I think we
really,
can
really
yeah.
go somewhere. Also,
Now, here's the thing. Our first was a much better 10, and this top 10 will be awful.
the problem is that 10 was unkeepable, though.
I
Like,
know. Isn't that magical though? How if you could only know that small much more.
I think this is a fine.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
we
this became okay all of a sudden.
get out of here. Like, let's go ahead and make our team again. The 1/1 being better because of Warflare's existence, and
And also to make 2-1s look stupid, etc.
right. Well, also this looks really like, if this becomes a 3/2, like, Pikers just go oh, and laugh at you. You know, whereas here I get to laugh at the Morph player. I just get to attack all out. I get to attack all out, and my team gets to block. Ah, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna play Lightwalker. Like,
I mean, he'll get vigilance. How can you not play him, really?
oh, he doesn't want me to have vigilance anymore.
Oh no! I will be crushed by vigilance. Okay, well his guy was kind of crummy.
No wonder
Makes
you
sense.
traded that off. Like, I thought it was either that or one of the big dragons, because that's, like, at this stage of
Yeah.
the game, it's super worth trading
Like,
them off.
Lore Master is cool and all, but a lot has to go right in order for him to be more than a Grey Ogre.
My best draw here would be either land or Sandcaster Mage. I'll take land.
I like Center Soul. Okay.
Center
That's
Soul
fine,
would be good.
too.
Well, Center Soul doesn't work against.
Oh no! Colorless! I am an idiot. How about your other rebound card then? Fruitful Maneuver.
That would have been good too. Okay, so he kills off the obvious one there.
Okay, Glacial Stalker, got it.
And we get to start again forming.
Form of formidable guys. Okay.
Okay, see, Silk Wrap is gonna, like, get rid
I
of the.
guess that takes out our token.
If he has a way to bounce it, it gets rid of the token. Otherwise, like, this actually might be better based on power. Also,
Oh.
if I have a way to answer Silk Wrap, which I don't, this would be really funny.
I don't think we even picked one, because
No.
there's that exile spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna dash out Mardu Scout. Oh! It is still better to dash out Mardu Scout? Because that's 8 damage and puts him on 5?
Or a player, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, if I could put my opponent on 5 with this in hand, yeah. Like, you do it. Also, we get the formidable pet.
He'll have first strike. Sweet. Man, maybe just a plain old form on a 4-2 is okay? That's crazy.
I know, right? Like, this is the bad Cobble Brute-ish thing, but it's just fine. Our opponent is in our... We just ran our opponent down. 7
Well, they
cards...
missed a land drop.
Uh-huh.
They played their morphs thinking, okay, well, at least I'll have these plays. And then they just plain don't. And we even get to protect our guy. Bonkers. Crush.
Hello. Ojai's breath. No.
Incorrect. My thing will rebound and yours will not. Actually, it won't because you will be dead.
Yes! Nice try. This is... See, I hesitate to call this bad char because... Like, it's still so huge. No, we don't have any.
Char was 4 damage. For another char was a rare.
Yeah.
You could reasonably not expect your opponent in limited to have a second char. That'd be like unreal. Like they picked it up with their Is It Chronarch or something.
I keep comparing this card to Explosive Impact, and I think that's the closest thing I have.
That's pretty apt. I mean, Explosive Impact is what, 6 mana 5 damage?
Yeah, 6 mana 5 damage, flat, no other text.
Yeah. That was so good. I loved X Impact. I like frequently I would be splashing red and it would be for like 1 or 2 of those.
Right.
That's my own red, and I don't even care.
Your red is like Augur Spree Explosive Impact, and you're like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I really want to do a Ravnica block draft again. Like, it's been on my mind.
Wait, which Ravnica block?
The recent one, the
Return to
Return, the new one. It's just been.
I have to say, I have to ask. Keep?
Keep? Like, look at this
Dudes? Curve. I have dudes. I really want our Wandering Champion to connect. Oh, I want it to connect even more. Holy crap.
I know. Okay. Explosive Impact was common.
You could Comedy Dash. Okay.
I'm gonna set up the board, you know.
Fair enough. Someone doesn't like comedy. I just manifested his island or whatever. Alright.
I'm cool with that.
2 for a 2. Take damage for
please be off the mana.
He just manifested his island. He doesn't have it. Because he manifested it.
I'm gonna play Hardened Berserker.
Like that a bunch. That sets up possible 2 plays next turn. And like Herald of Drabuka plus
Brawler, or even... Well, honestly, it might just be Sandcrafter Mage Attack.
That'd be good too. Ooh, how about Brawler Attack? Just like as a 2/3. Because then we can post main Herald of Dramoka and hold up Center Soul.
My problem is this is colorless, so I can't Center Soul it in combat.
That's true.
So I really want to get the Sandcrafter down. I think Sandcrafter Attack is okay. I don't get, like, use out of everything. But honestly, like, I think pressure is what's most important right now.
Alright.
I really wish I had white still.
I know.
To play, like, either of these.
I'm sitting here trying to make your mana as efficient as possible, and that's not necessarily correct for the board.
Right, because like run down my opponent sounds just fine right now.
Right, show me the coat with venom. No coat.
Okay.
This would kind of be a 2-for-1 in our favor, so maybe that's
Yeah. Okay.
A-okay.
Third land, so we're in Morph Town. Ooh, let me untap, please. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna dash the Brawler.
Sounds good to me.
And then I have Center Soul up. All post-combat creature.
Right, excellent. Protect from his Sandblast? Target creature you control, damn. You cannot coat your guy with venom! I only wish.
Yeah, I know. So, and then here comes... Ooh, is that actually a creature, perhaps? Like, is that something you can Sand... Okay.
Ha! Awesome. It's a shame, because it means we can't, like, play Lightwalker or Herald.
Right.
You know what? This is like adding a creature to the board,
Mm-hmm.
because it stops one from leaving the board.
Yep. And this one does leave the board. Honestly, I'm fine just dashing this for quite a while. Okay, opponent's seeing some lands, so we're going to be seeing some creatures.
Hey, it was a creature, look at that.
Wow.
Stupid Vojatai. I had him on island.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we obviously give my guy pro white. It's the only thing he has up.
Lord, is there a 1-white instant?
Oh!
Ha! Ha!
Is that worth doing, or do I add to the board? I think, like, dash, Scream Brawl, Berserker, attack, and then play one of these two is actually slightly more favorable.
He's at 10, you have a 4-powered guy.
That gets through for 6 if I do that.
Yeah.
My only problem is I don't get to, commit more to the board.
Right.
Well, I'm definitely dashing this.
You would represent lethal after that.
Right.
Like 6 now, 4 later.
I think it might be better as a secret.
All right.
Like, do this now and then...
I mean, he doesn't have any morph that beats a 2/2.
Yeah, that's not possible. Okay, so he takes the full amount, and now we're setting up lethal in multiple,
Okay. Cool.
So the hope here is that he has to play some other sort of small creature to be able to block, and then I can Silk Wrap one out of the way. Or actually,
and you know what's awkward with him having 5 mana is that he can make Silk Wrap fail.
right.
Like he turns up his Glacial Stalker analog or not.
Yikes. I think that's enough to win this game.
That's bold.
What in the hell are you holding, buddy? You probably think you might have wanted to flip that one up first. Because then that seems like a play mistake. Like he probably wanted to flip it up.
Probably did, but he was in the attack step.
Yep.
He went to the attack step too soon.
He made a mistake that would not happen in real life.
God, Magic Online.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. This face up is only 3 mana, so the Silk Wrap answers it. And then...
Still my bit.
Yep. So.
Well.
Yep. Anyway, let's go ahead and canonically return to data. And our. Oh my god.
Pull up my. I'll play a little Diablo. See
The
how my witch
Diablos.
doctor's doing. Yeah, okay, you're playing Diablo 3.
I'm
So I'll
playing
play
Diablo 3s. You made a witch doctor.
I did. I had meant to, like from the last season,
Okay.
and I've learned some facts.
What kind
Since
of
the last time I played a witch doctor, they have added. I don't exactly know what to call this, but it's an interface element that tells you how many fetishes that you have. And it even has different icons for the different sources of fetishes. So,
interesting?
for instance, I can know which number I have from like fetish sycophants and which comes from fetish ambush.
Huh.
So it's like there are 8 of these guys. And the other thing is this may have always been the case, and there was just too many to count.
Uh-huh.
But it seems to be capped at 15 from fetish sycophants.
Huh.
Which, I mean, that sounds like a lot,
But
but I want it to be more. I don't want there to be a cap. Secret caps to things. Come on.
secret caps are the worst.
Like, oh, yeah, of course you can't draw more than 10 cards in Hearthstone. What are you thinking of? Who would need more than 10?
You don't need more than 10 cards,
Count,
right?
if you can't win the game with 10 cards, then you can't win it. That's the rule, all right, player?
You know what? Magic has that.
What, secret rules?
7. Your hand at the end of the turn, you just have to discard down.
It's true, but Magic also has a comprehensive rule book.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
I'm making the opposing argument here, wherein I lose the game of Diablo 3s and open the shop. But yeah,
Find stuff at the shop.
all right.
So, you have my blessings for shop luck.
All geometric transformations unlocked. Good.
You might need them. Like there are some kind of complicated ones.
Right.
I guess what I'm getting is just it's way too easy for me to get to like right to 15 with the Reign of Toads. And then I'm like, well, all my guys are here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is a lot of guys.
Yes.
So I like that part.
Do you still have to click on monsters?
I do.
I figured.
That's the regret of the whole thing. Like Fetish Sycophants demands that you hit monsters with spells. So I don't think we're ever getting the world back where I don't click on monsters. Not in Diablo 3.
I agree. That's...
Diablo 2, perhaps.
And one last upgrade. We get... Where's my final opal? There it is.
You know, I do get to relax every now and again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make myself a second character as well. It's mostly I haven't had the time to play much on the season outside of the Kung Fu Squad, which is... I love the Kung Fu Squad.
Turns out it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with how that particular act of spite has played out.
Just gotta have the monks. Get back to... Alright, they have finished game 1. Good. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that hand size is a mechanic that's going anywhere. That exists to keep certain types of decks in check. Like, if that were to disappear from the game of Magic, control decks would have a much more interesting time of things, I think is the way I can put that.
Jeez.
Like, oh yeah, you don't need
Draw
to, like...
8.
Yeah.
Draw 10. Whatever.
Who
Hold
cares?
them all. Yeah. Nah, that's gonna stick with Magic. I think it's a decent rule. The only problem I have with it in Hearthstone is that they don't tell you.
I mean, Hearthstone has a decent chunk of that where they don't tell you that.
That's right. Of course you can't play your minion. You have 7 minions.
That one
Or
got me.
even or even you have 6 minions and the one in your hand is Cabal's Shadow Priest.
Priest, and you can't steal their minion. Because it would create this, like, irreparable game state that just, like,
Hmm.
sort of thing that just doesn't work. Ooh, 2Ks. Um,
I thought that was really amusing. Like if I have 6 minions and the thing in my hand is Cabal Shadow Priest, I can play it if there are no targets, and I can't if there are.
yep.
Which
You can't just fail to do it.
that's that's difficult for me to accept.
I know. I'm still very, like, happy with how Hearthstone is able to have consistent rules. Like, that is a difficult thing to pull off, like, for a game. To have, like, kind of, there are a couple things in the game that are like you have to experience them to know how they would play out.
Mm.
But once you understand, like, that, I think timestamps are probably the most important thing to know.
That's probably the least intuitive thing
Right.
that you can experience and learn.
Because like, it's for a long time, unless you know to look for the timestamps, it's like, well, wow, these seem to be going off seemingly at random. Sometimes I attack with my weapon at his harvest golem and kill his 2/1. Sometimes I don't, with your the 4/2 weapon,
Hmm.
things like that. You're like, why did that happen? And if you don't know what you're looking for, um, it isn't noticeable, I guess would be the best way to put it. Like, you just don't know that that's a thing that affects it. But for the most part, like, everything has a consistency with it once those are known. The problem is that isn't told to you. Like, there's no way that's communicated to you, the player. So, I
I have
guess,
said before, and I will say in the future that I would love to have a Hearthstone comp rules, like as a website. Why not? Or something that you could open, like in game. Maybe even one that's interactive, and you can like see how it works with a little sample game that they put in.
yeah, here's the
Wouldn't that
tool.
be the coolest freaking thing?
Like, so they give you the playground. I wonder, do you think they have the playground?
Oh, they gotta.
Like, hey, you know what? We need to test the interaction of, like, these 3 cards. Like, does this create some sort of weird infinite with, like, God, now I'm just thinking about the combo. The Grim, the 3/3 for 5. And the
Oh
shout.
man.
Oh, so I played against a warrior yesterday, who showed me an extremely powerful combo. He had the war charge. God, I forget her name. The 2/3 that gives minions with 3 or less.
Right, Warsong Commander.
Warsong Commander. Yeah, he had a Warsong command. There was a Warsong Commander in play, and they played a Grim Patron.
Hey everybody! Get in here!
And then did the commanding shout that just says your minions can't go below 1. And just started running it into my board. Like, just, hey, you didn't need minions anymore. Crush, crush, crush. And, like, a bunch of Grim Patrons appear on the other side. And, hey, everybody!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Because with threatening shout or commanding shout or whatever it's called, you like they still take damage. So the Grim Patron triggers, but he survives because they can't go below 1.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody really got in there.
Everybody gets in there. And then I think I ripped a Frostbolt and killed my opponent, but
It was like, yeah, Frostbolt, Fireball.
like,
Let's end this before it gets awkward.
yeah, you're about to kill me with, like, infinite damage. We're done.
But yeah, honestly, situations like that are where the 7 minion board limit really shows its worth.
Yeah, like as a way to clamp on.
Yeah, so even if you have like infinites in your game or whatever, the board space itself is finite.
Nuts. I got all the K's I needed, but they didn't go in the right spot. Oh well. I'm trying to go for a low score run. See? There's a 4. That's how you do 4. You do that without having to make the combination to get the 0. Um, I don't know, like the that sort of internal limit on actions is something I've seen in other games where like just as a out to preventing infinite combos. Like when you
Hmm.
have a board state that's only 7 minions, you by definition can't have like you can't have infinite creatures. You can just fill the board with like I guess it also lets you have like Onyxia type effects, where it's just like fill the board.
No, I think they've done a decent job in
Mm-hmm.
Hearthstone
Mm-hmm.
design team of making cards that work
Uh-huh.
well within the rules that they have.
Agreed. I need
I guess
to.
I would remove one card from that list of praise.
What is that one?
Trying to think of what the name is.
Effect.
Nefarian or something. The one
Oh,
who like makes the timer count down immediately.
Nor's
Nor's
Damu.
Damu.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Attacking.
Here, let's push our netcode to the limit. What if this 15 seconds was actually 0 seconds?
I, I
Goodbye.
I think my favorite one of those was somebody I saw a Twitter link that was a like a streamer streaming the Iron Arena
Hmm.
one, and the AI plays Nor's Damu, and he's like, okay, well, I should have this wrapped up next turn. All I have to do is,
Yeah, I just need to attack with these three things or whatever.
well, yeah, he's like,
And
all he has to do, he's like, okay, I have to kill the taunt guy, and then like attack with this and play fireball or whatever, and my opponent dies, and then like the Norzdamu fuse appears and moves at 10 times speed. Like the fuse itself moves at like just, and he's like, oh what? Just like his turn ends and he loses immediately. It's pretty great. Improved bump attack. Okay. So each of these different coins is gotten by different types of matches. As you'll notice up here in the top, which is where the most recent money comes in, I only have gill pennies and nickels because I wasn't making any matches. I was just kind of sliding things around. Also, the doubloon has a really cool. These all I like the little art for all the coins on these.
well, thank you. I made all that art.
Awesome.
I was I was graphics for this project.
Hmm. The yeah, game jam for fuckers.
Hmm.
You can find this right here. Zoom boing ding. If you're interested.
Yep. So
And
what happens there is do not be too talented in my presence, or else I will rope you into some kind of project.
ah,
If I get too much talent in the same area for an amount of time, I'll make a game come out somehow.
you'll bribe the right people, as in the people in the room, with something, maybe food.
It's usually food.
A 0 mana 08 would be kind of bad in Priest. We already have, like, 1/7s, and they're like... Undial! They're like Baron Death...
Baron
Rattle...
Rivendare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've played against the Priest who has, like, that going with, like, double Death Rattle my Dark Cultists. Which made things...
Alright.
Like,
That's pretty saucy.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I really loved was one time I went up against a hunter who had a Death Rattle Feign Death deck.
Yo!
And I'm like, Yo! And he was a professional. Like...
You could not fool him.
I'm like, no, I got this board. And then he said, Feign Death, and all his minions live, but all their Death Rattles triggered. I'm like, oh god.
Wait, no!
One card that I sorely underestimated from Naxxramas, though, that I will full 180 on, my opinion,
Oh.
is Zombie Chow.
Huh.
That little guy is great.
I play that in a lot of decks that really just want to not lose in the first 5 turns, and that gets that job done exceptionally.
Like, Zombie Chow single-handedly slowed the format down. Color me impressed.
I need a Kada. Nope, I'm out. Okay. Feign Death with Sylvanas. Feign Death with...
Oh. Jeez.
Okay, alright, so... What happens if... Can I set up a board state where I... Baron Rivendell, the... guy who makes you Ragnaros?
Huh. So you want to be 2 Ragnaroses?
I would like to be... Well, do I get the die insects power?
Huh? Yeah, I honestly think that... I honestly think that would be like becoming Jiraxis for the second time. Like playing a second Jiraxis or whatever. It would just like reset you, you know?
Yeah,
You would get the 15 health, and then your hero power would flip. No, what I am interested in is becoming Ragnaros every turn with Major Domo, Executus, and Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thuzad.
And some way to kill Major Domo every single turn. And not have my opponent just concede or die. But, you know.
Right. Let's get the combo first, worry about the concession stand second, maybe?
Moreover, I think what you could do is activate your Ragnaros power, get the Major Domo to die, and then you become Ragnaros again, and you have the hero power back. I'm pretty sure that's how that would work.
Yes, just to be consistent with how...
Shadow power?
Shadow power, the shadow form goes. Where you use your hero power, it resets, and then your hero power is back active. I mean, a 1-mana 2/3 with no text, like, if... For one, that exists in Magic, like, all over the place. We call those Kurdape, as Gnome points out. But in Hearthstone, that would be so much more of an aggressive card than Zombie Chow ends up. Like, Zombie Chow paying back the 5 life is a huge deal. Also,
yeah, you have to nug your opponent 3 whole times with that before he's actually dealt damage.
Unless you're like the person who played Arknai Soul Priest, and then you just get to laugh. You're like, oh, by the way, my 2/3 had a Mind Blast hidden on it. Whoops.
I have to do that sometime. People are never ready for the Oknai Soul Priest. I kind of
No,
like that.
I
That's the one
really
edge I have in my priest deck.
like. I really like having the Circle of Healing Wrath available. That sort of thing.
It's pretty great. What honestly amuses me is how many times you'll find uses for Circle of Healing outside of that.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with just using it on the injured Blade Master on turn 3. Just like, you know what? Here's a 4/7. Here's a perfect creature. Answer it. Because can something really be more perfect than a 4/7?
Like 7 dodges Fireball, 4 dodges all the priest nasties.
Yeah.
I think Warrior has the neatest answers to it, just with like its answer anything kind of cards.
But yeah, like even in other scenarios, like you're saying, like just sometimes healing. Oh, I'm really sad about that. The sniper doesn't let you target the die insect power. Oh
Ha!
well. But yeah, like sometimes you just need to heal your minion to like make favorable trades. Sometimes you use it to draw 3 cards. Sometimes you use it to, I don't know, trigger. I've cycled it before with the auctioneer. Things like that. A lot of uses.
Feels like it's been a while, or do we have any opponents?
They are 1-1 in Game 3, and they've been in Game 3 for about 10 minutes. Each of their other games went 14 and 11, so
Good lord.
yeah. So they will still be going for a while. On the plus side, we're in packs. We're here.
So there are going to be more dragons.
There will. These dragons never end, really. Tarkir's just full of them.
I am a little disappointed with a set called Dragons of Tarkir, how few dragons end up actually coming down.
The
Like
the
with Rise of the Eldrazi, there were Eldrazi,
Eldrazi.
all right?
Well,
Like-
not only were they Eldrazi, they got to, they had like the Eldrazi spawn, like, and that was everywhere. So you had this, this like chill of doom. Like, okay, there's a bunch of Eldrazi spawn on my opponent's board. When's he gonna play his Ulamog's Crusher? Oh, the Ulamog's Crusher!
Right.
And well, here, like, the way they did that in this set is like by like Sarkhan's Rage, or do I have any of the card? Like, they just have the word dragon on everything
Right.
for no reason.
Little spells that say dragon, 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 dragon.
Dragon. The ones that have the mountain of text, when you cast this spell, you may reveal a dragon from your hand, or if you control a dragon. Then, when the spell resolves, if you reveal the dragon or control the dragon, your opportunity is uncounterable. Draw 4 cards. Like, I need to see how many lines of text are on the fake opportunity in this set.
All of them are pretty absurd. It's like all of this text wasted on these tiny conditional minor upsides.
Yeah, like the one here it is. Dragon's Lord's Prerogative. 4 in double blue, and then it's as an additional cost to cast Dragon Lord's Prerogative. You may reveal a dragon from your hand. If you reveal the dragon or control the dragon as you cast it, can't be countered. Draw 4 cards. That has 6 extra lines of text on top of draw 4 cards. So that's something. I don't know.
I honestly think the mistake with that one was forcing it to play both ways.
Like in play and
Right. They're like, well, it's awkward and really narrow to say, well, you have to control a dragon. Because by the time you control a dragon, you don't necessarily need all this stuff or whatever.
yeah.
And why would you want a bigger creature? But on the other hand, we don't want to, punish players for playing their dragon.
Right. So it's the amplify
Oh my god.
problem. Amplify was a
Why was a problem?
Amplify was basically a junk mechanic because a lot of the cards with Amplify were like 5 and 6 drops. So Amplify, let me pull up Legions here so I can just show you the text of an Amplify card. Legions is right here. And I don't own any cards from Legions because... But, if I go... I'm actually going to go into white because white... actually, green. Green probably has the best dumb Amplify card. Yeah. Feral Throwback. So this is a 6 mana 3/3 with Provoke. With Amplify 2. When this comes in as this enters the battlefield, you can put 2+1/+1 counters for it for each beast you reveal from your hand. This is a 6 mana creature. Like, do you know how many beasts you're going to have in your hand when you cast your 6 mana 3/3? It's 0, actually. You've none. You cast them all. Because, this costs 3, and this costs 4, and, like, they're all in play. So, and you're not going to not play them just to make this thing big and die to a Doomblade or whatever. So.
And I played against a player in casual Magic who played... what was it called? Kilnmaw Dragon, I think it was called. Something like that.
Kilnmaw Dragon.
That had, like, Amplify 3...
Kilnmouth Dragon.
Kilnmouth.
I've got it
yes.
up for the viewers.
There we go.
It has nails all over it. Okay, so you played against somebody
yeah,
who did that sort of...
And I'm like, wait, what did you reveal? And he's like, I revealed 2 other Kilnmouth Dragons. And I'm like, I'm leaving. Kilnmouth Dragon has to be the most parasitic, insular, garbage thing in the world, and there it was on the other side of the table.
I think my favorite, I guess, okay, you know what, to be fair, this is the second time they've done dragons as a theme, Scourge was supposed to have a dragon theme. Did you
know? It was?
Yes, it was supposed to be one of the huge things about Scourge was that it was dragons. Scourge contains 7 dragons, I believe.
All right, we have more than that.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Like if I go for type dragon in Scourge, yeah, there are 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that text? I don't want text. I want creature type, but I can't look up creature type. Subtype. Oh, there we go. Subtype. Subtype dragon. There are 4 dragons in Scourge for the dragon set. So, I mean,
I am damn unsatisfied.
Yeah, right. So, there's that. They at least beat that. I guess that if that's their, bar, they definitely crossed it. They made it over the bar. We're still waiting. Several other cards reference dragon, like form of the dragon, but then they also had a mechanic that was like highest CMC. Was the, funky thing that they wanted to do there.
Oh, man. Is that where Scornful Egotist came from?
It is. Scornful... So let me show off one of the cards that does this in the set. They had a cycle of 5 things, like Dragon Breath, which has a pig on it, by the way. Anyway.
Well, they can't show a dragon getting Dragon Breath. A dragon already has Dragon Breath.
Oh.
So then what's the enchantment doing?
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm pulling up Scornful Egotist is a famous morph. Incredibly famous morph. That is a 1/1 for 8. And it morphs up for blue. And it is meant to combo with cards like this. Rush of Knowledge. God, I really picked Rush of Knowledge. Oh, the art on this card.
What a rush!
The beams are flying out of my ears and eyes and mouth, and I am full of infinite knowledge. Anyway, this would draw you 8 cards because you flipped up your 8 mana 1/1. What a rush! There's Cabal Conditioning, which has like this really wacky Cabal priest making faces at me.
Well, that's what comes after the Cabal shampooing.
Okay. Yeah. And then there's the repeat.
Right.
Yeah. Magic.
I guess what you're saying is it could be worse.
It could. I mean, this set also had Storm in its first incarnation with Tendrils of Agony and Mind's Desire, a card that was pre-banned literally before it was printed. Like the banned list came out and Scourge was like a month out, and they were like, Mind's Desire has been added to the vintage restricted list, and everyone's like, I'm sorry, what's that card do? And they're like, don't worry about it. And they're like, I'm sorry, did you just pre-ban a card?
Well, we caught it early, but not early enough.
Right. Yep. Oh well. Scourge isn't like the worst set. It has some cool things in it. Xantid Swarm is from that set. I like Xantid Swarm.
And I guess that's back when sets could just sort of have cards.
Right? Like, just kind of like unrelated to what's going on in there.
Like their sets were more of an extension of the core set in that sense.
Like,
Like we still get we do get some of that. Like look at Vengevine for instance.
yeah, like...
Vengevine has bugger all to do with what's going on in Rise of the Eldrazi.
Right, it's just there.
There he is anyway.
Like, hey, I'm here. You know, what's up? Don't worry, I'm cool. I mean, they still do that. They still have just the cards that are like this. This could go in any set. Hellcarver Demon could have gone in any set, I think. It just works better in the set with Eldrazi. You know?
I think Hellcarver Demon. You can only cast Hellcarver Demon in a set where you could also then thereafter cast off of it like 9 and 10 mana things.
Right, like here's Kozilek and Ulabog, and where's Emrakul? Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. Ah, right, the Conquering Manticore. I mean, that's just like there.
Makes more sense in a set where you want to have like one big creature on your side.
Yeah, if you steal there. Then there are cards that don't make sense in any set, but you know, we have those. We still have those too. Okay, we're ready. We're
ready.
We're going. We're not going. It's like 50 seconds, but we're going. Actually, I have a Conjuring Manticore. That's kind of cool. Anyway, round the final. Dragonstorm was a card in Scourge, but it was unplayable in Scourge. It was only playable the second time it got printed. Because Beguard and Hellkite and Fast Mana existed in Standard. Like Lotus Bloom and Seething Song.
man.
Yep.
There was also, hold on. There was the replicate spell to like tap you down before the storm. Giga Drowse.
The Giga Drowse.
It was like EOT, okay, Giga Drowse you. Alright, Dragon Storm.
And also, you couldn't counter Giga Drowse. Like
Yep.
you had to. The only way to counter it was to rewind. Like you had to float all your mana and then counter the final Giga Drowse by untapping 4 lands.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that combo deck played like Spine Rock Knoll, which was like a hideaway land, the red hideaway land. You had to deal 7 damage to your opponent to play the spell out from under it. So sometimes, rather than just going like, mana, Dragon Storm, you would go like, bolt, 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 Dragon Storm. Which was great.
That's kind of cute too. Hell, I think I like that more.
Yeah. Well, it also let it like Grape Shot helped in like kind of like the kill and it got to kind of like combine Pyromancer's Swath with Dragon Storm to make this something. It was an incredible deck. My favorite story about that deck is, so the kill in that deck is to play Dragonstorm for 4 copies, find 4 copies of Garden Hellkite, and then your opponent takes 20 and dies. And then if they don't die from that, somehow you have 4/5/5 flyers, the game's over. I know a player who went to States who played that deck and made it 4 or 5 rounds, and then like in the 5th round he goes, Rit, he's like 4-1, like he's doing quite well. Mm-hmm. In like the 5th or 6th round, like pretty late into the tournament, he goes, like play my Lotus Bloom, play my Rit, Dragonstorm, like reveal my hand has no dragons in it, you're dead. And his opponent's like, play it out. And he just kind of is like, I don't have any Hellkites in this deck.
Oh my god.
He bluffed his way through like 4 or 5 rounds of not having the kill in his deck. Because he just...
Why did he not have the kill in his deck?
Because he could make it more consistent by cutting the 4.
Oh, no.
He could play more Ritz, he could play more Burn. He could win, like, it lets him play more, like, Ponder type effects and, that sort of thing, and find the kill.
That's
Excellent.
excellent.
He made it multiple rounds through a tournament before anybody called him on it, because, like, a lot of the times when, like, people were really... That combo was known, everyone knew what it did.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't at a large event. This was at, like, States, which is, like, a smaller... like, every state had a States back then. Like, that was just, like, about 100-man tournament, 7 rounds, and if you won, you got, like, kind of cool stuff. So... I don't think there's any record. This is just gonna you're just gonna have to trust me on this story. So, I'm sure other people have stories like this. I'm sure that this person was not alone in what they did, But you don't need dragons to win with Dragonstorm, right?
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
9 mana spell. It says your opponent chooses to concede the game.
And that's why you always ask your opponent to show the win, prove it.
Yeah, like you concede for the actual win, not the effective win, not the all but certain win.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Oh, my opponent would like to split.
Do
I want to split? If I split...
I actually like that idea decently.
If I split, I get to go play Diablo, right? Yeah. I apologize that I'm going to rob you of another game of Red Deck wins after
On
making you
our,
wait.
I guess that's yeah, that is the downside of.
I'm robbing you. You, the person who's
No,
watched.
see, I think this is the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
You do you need the QP? I think say you do.
Yes. Let me go make 2 packs tradable.
See, here's how you split, ladies and gentlemen. If you offer the split, then you're also offering to concede the match.
Add 1 to active trade binder.
Do not trust anyone who
Trade binder.
who's just trying to get you to concede the match.
Yep,
Generally, people are okay, and we have this particular person on camera. So
yeah, I trust most people on Magic Online.
I don't. I will. I think of them as the opponent, and my opponents will do whatever to
That's
get
fair.
whatever on.
I need to trade with my friend.
Okay.
So yeah, Magic. My memory of this is that Magic Online used to have split capabilities.
Really?
I want to say that's true. You could draw. You could draw an event. Then this was years and years ago.
Man.
But yeah, so I guess
Oh no, you're right. There was like concede and then offer draw.
offered. Yeah, there was a way to back before this was 6 years ago. Anyway, I don't feel like I frauded. I don't feel like I've frauded everybody because I gave you all a very good story to end this on.
Moreover, our deck was totally going to fall apart in the last round because we had been drawing way too well.
More than likely, I'm completely fine with this, and cool. But yeah, that was dragons. We have a lot more where that came from, I suppose. So, but not tonight, I don't believe. So, another night we'll have more of this. So yeah. So thank you, Kaz, for joining.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you, everybody in the zoo. Hope you all enjoyed Warflare.deck. It was pretty sweet. So, yep. Good night, everybody.